So in this video I'm going to walk through an installation of Python and Visual Studio Code, which is a text editor to write code in. It's like Word for code. So first off, we need to install Python. To do that, you need to go to the official Python website. It's python.org or python.org. Once over there, you go over the downloads and download the latest version of for Windows. You can choose an earlier version as well, but I just used 3. The latest version because, if you're gonna get something, get the latest one, I guess. And if you're just starting out, then it's better to choose the latest version anyways. So once you've downloaded it, you pick install now, but before that make sure you choose add python exe to path. This will save you a lot of pain down the road. So just install now. This should be pretty fast. While that's happening, I think it's gonna take some time. So the next thing is we need to install something to write code in, something that you can use to write code in and debug your code, just do a lot of things. So for that, the beginner friendly and the more professional friendly, I guess, also code editor is Visual Studio Code. It's very lightweight, so it won't take up a lot of your resources, and it's very well documented and supported as well, so you won't run into many errors. So that's downloading as well, and we are along in our Python install process. So even Python shows up an online tutorial and a documentation. You should definitely refer to this and explore this, on your own, so you get to work with it better. So once you've installed Python, we need to verify that Python was installed. So you go into your command prompt and type in Python. And if something like this comes up, that means your Python installation is correct. And we can even try to write it something and can verify that it's working as expected. Yeah, it's working as expected. Anyways, once we are done with this, we can now move on to installing Visual Studio editor. So we go to our downloads here. So you accept the agreement and go on to next, and you can choose to not create a start menu folder because I don't usually do that, but I think that's the better option. Create a desktop icon and add open with code to Windows Explorer file context menus and directory context menus. That's gonna allow you to open a lot of files and a lot of directories directly without first going into Visual Studio Code. Alright. So installation will now begin. So once we do this, Visual Studio should launch. Yes, it does launch. Alright. Now you can choose your theme. I'm gonna choose the dark theme as well. And when we go to the next section and you browse popular extensions, first thing is you go down to extensions. That's over here. And yeah, Python is the first one you have to find. And install Python. And I also choose to install Pylons, and then Jupyter is also there, but you can leave it be for right now. Jupyter is also a good extension to install if you want to, but I can do it later if you would like to. Now open a project folder. Now let's go to our documents folder and start up new folder called hello. So do this, trust the authors of your parents folder because it's gonna be you using that anyways. And you can see that the name of the folder comes up off the top. And now we're gonna write our first Python file. So Python files are usually have the .py extension, so you can just go into the Visual Studio Code for Explorer section, hit like this, and you can go into create new file and type the name of a file and add .py to it. Alternately, you could go to File, New File, and here you can choose Python file, and it will create a Python file for you. And when you go to save it, then it will save it in Python. So those are the ways you can do it. But now let's just have one file in it and delete this. So we're gonna do the age-old coding tradition. Write down hello world. Let's see, this should run. Now if you go to this run a Python file button over here and click on this, you should see hello world written over there. And that is how your Python installation is working, and now you can start writing whatever we want in Python.